Alright guys, welcome back to the most underrated channel on the entire internet. And if you don't think that's the case, just go watch one of my videos. Just watch one of my videos. Let's go back and watch one of my videos. Alright.
If you're gonna get into altcoins, like the biggest mistake people make is they need to get like 50 freaking altcoins. Just get freaking Bitcoin and like you want to get into an altcoin right now, you need to get Ethereum. They're gonna outperform everything anyways. And then once Ethereum does killer, then look into some altcoins. Like some mid caps, some larger caps. But Ethereum is really gonna be where it's at with those gains.
Alright, so we bought some Ethereum. If you actually look at the channel and you watch the videos, we had $5,000 and I divided it up. I said let's put 50% in Ethereum, let's put 25% into Bitcoin, and then let's keep 25% in cash and figure out what we want to do with it. Well, out of the 50% we devoted to an Ethereum, we actually bought 25% last night to cost base average in, because like I said, the dump could be over, it could not, who knows, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't know what I'm saying, I mean, we still got the dump, and you know what I said last time? Well, I said the correct stuff. I mean, that video I put out last night, bro, nobody on the internet, nobody on the entire internet talks like I talk, because if you're making as much money as me, unless you're doing community service, coming on and helping people out, there's no reason for anybody that's as successful with me as stocks, real estate, crypto. I have no incentive to be on YouTube. I make way more money doing everything that I do personally. But if you're interested at all, go check out that video that we made last night. Even though it was about last night's price, I was talking about stocks and my past history with stocks, out investing Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett was in freaking. He has Berkshire Hathaway, so if you don't think that you can't out invest Warren Buffett, like you can 100%, stack up what your returns are against Berkshire Hathaway, and he was very public about buying a lot of stocks. He has to be because he discloses more. So, anyways, we out invested Warren Buffett. I told you guys I made 100% ROI. I actually had a YouTube video where I talked about oil and how big of a deal that was, and I called the demise of oil. I did a lot of, and guess what? We were 100% right, of course. And I told you guys last night that I made 100% ROI on USO that I bought. Check the charts. I made like 130, 140. It's just been so long. Like, I don't even care about stocks anymore. I made a total of 400% ROI in a few months off the stock market. And like I said, I had the M1 account to back it up. But yeah, go check out that video if you'd like to see my opinion on oil. But I called everything, and everything already came into fruition. So we're starting to, what is this on the monthly? So I told you last time, I said, listen, guys, we're going to consolidate. I said, listen, guys, we're going to consolidate. Guess what? It's like, when did I make that last video? Like, it was a while ago. I don't even know. But it doesn't matter. I told you guys we were gonna consolidate like freaking like almost 24 hours ago. Guess what? We're still consolidating. I can play a little bit of that clip if you don't believe me. Let's see, most underrated channel on the internet. This video, like, this was just on another level.
No shade on Market Cipher. This is industry standard, the best it gets. But on the 15 time minute frame, take it with a grain of salt. Ask me questions, look they see in it, and then look at that's what I'm saying. Oh, long it, and then this is saying, oh, but we're going into a bear trend. But yeah, I mean, no shade on market. If we can get a better idea of fall off right here, where it just falls off a cliff. We still haven't printed this candle yet, so maybe we go to 15 and see if we can get a better. Essentially, a trend right here. This is a trend reversal bearish, but then this is you know, you have a low, higher low. You know, there's different ways of interpreting this, but I mean, this seems to be, you know, you have a low, just consolidating. Like this really,
There it is.
usually we were seeing some
There it is. We're
decent, you know,
consolidating. You heard it right there. We're consolidating. You can go watch that video if you really want to. But yeah, I called it. I called everything. When I say we're gonna go up, we go up. When I say we're gonna go up a little bit, then consolidate, we go up a little bit, and then we consolidate. When I say we're gonna go down, we go down. And the sentiment from these people that have 300, 200,000 subs, they say, oh, we're just gonna, what's gonna happen is we're just gonna dip back up and then we're gonna bounce right back in. No, that's not what happened. We actually hit a bounce, and I said, "Is this the bottom?" I said it might be, but I'm going off the TA, the technical analysis. So, um, anyways, the TA looks really good tonight. The only problem is we still don't have volume. But here, let me show you my Ethereum that we just bought yesterday, and I'll actually show you the time frame. And then we made 4% on it today, and it's one of the best performing altcoins of the entire day. And guess what? We called it. I said, listen, guys, it's a no-brainer coin. Just get Ethereum. Why not? It's one of the least risky coins with one of the highest growth potentials. And guess what? Since we bought it yesterday, it's up 4%, and it's outperformed nearly everything in the market. So I'm gonna go grab my phone. I'm gonna go show you that we bought that, even though I already told you guys on the stream, because there's not a lot of transparency in these markets. There's not a lot of, people will say stuff, but they're just saying stuff half the time. They're not actually, showing what they're doing. No, I'm not going to say to buy Ethereum. I'm going to tell you, okay, well, what I'm doing. I can't tell you what to do with my money. I was going to school to be a doctor. I wasn't going to school to be a financial advisor. I think that shit's crap. Like to be 100% frank with you, like, financial advisors, they take a little bit off the top, they charge you, what they charge you, you're just better off getting an index fund than listening to a financial advisor. But hey, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have those crappy credits. So, take what I say, legally. I might be, have a better education than a financial advisor, a far better education, financial education than a financial advisor, but legally, anyways. So I'll go bring my freaking successful. We're up in our long position. I don't know how much we're making right now, but we're up like I don't know. We're up on our long position on Bitcoin. We're up on our long position on Ethereum. And we bought $1,500 worth of Ethereum yesterday, and it's outperformed nearly everything. And Aave is doing a little bit better, which Aave's just been like, who would have guessed? Like, Aave is decent, but it's already been on a massive run. And it's not a chain link. It's decentralized finance, and I like it, but it just seems to be leading the DeFi sector. You look at things like YF, what is it, Yearn Finance, you look at Yearn Finance, you look at Compound, none of them are competing in the same sector with Aave, so we'll see what happens with that. But that was like, that wasn't a call right there. Anyways, Aave's probably going to fall off, who knows, and then, but in the same time in this crypto industry, when a coin runs, it usually runs. So, and people keep dumping money into it. So let me go grab the phone. I'll show you the purchase. I'll show you the 1500. I'll show you the 4% because anybody can say stuff. But I'm not telling you Ethereum's a good buy. I'm saying I'm allocating this amount of money, this amount of my portfolio to Ethereum. I'm not saying, oh, Bitcoin's a decent buy. I'm saying this is how much you buy of your portfolio right here. This is how much you buy right here. This is how much you buy right here. Not financial advice. This is just what I've been doing. And we're up like insane amounts in these markets. So, and then I'm going to tell you about the purchase I made tonight, and what I'm doing with my portfolio tonight. I've never heard any other YouTuber go over their actual personal portfolio. Again, like I like to talk in percentages, but I did tell you guys about that 5,000 that I'm putting in what I'm allocating. So Alright, so let's see, let's turn down the brightness. Alright, and then we're gonna go full screen. Alright, so not like we literally bought this last night, and I'm showing you guys on screen. There's nobody in any market that's gonna do this. Alright, so we're at 4% today, and it's not like, we just got lucky. I called freaking Cardano, I called Polkadot, I called VeChain, I called every single gain in this entire market. Okay, let's see. January 22nd. So we just bought this. It's actually up a lot more than 4%, but that's the date right there. You can see it. January 22nd, 11:20 a.m. We purchased $1,250, which was approximately 25% of the position that we were looking at getting into. We're up 4.5% on the day. We actually ended up purchasing it. We got a really good deal on it. We got more than 4.5%. We ended up purchasing it. Our cost base averaging was 12. What was it? It was 1230, and that's with Coinbase's added fee. So it was probably like 1100, 1100, 900. What was it? 1199, something like that. And then Coinbase always does a freaking fee, so they never give you spot. So, anyways, yeah, we called Ethereum. Yeah, we called Cardano. Yeah, we called the top of Polkadot. Yeah, we bought back into Polkadot. Yeah, we called VeChain. We called everything. And we called these markets. And we called Bitcoin. Oh, so I gotta show you what I did today. So then I can show you guys later that I was right. Alright, so yeah, we're up on our Ethereum trade. Yeah, we're up on our Bitcoin trade. Listen to the channel, make money. It's actually pretty simple. Alright, so again, we had that $5,000 check. So what I did is I allocated, what was it, 25% to Bitcoin because Ethereum was going to outperform Bitcoin. Guess what? Ethereum outperformed Bitcoin. Just listen to the channel, man. You'll make so much money. It's not even. Alright, so, I was looking at the charts and I said, okay, well, Bitcoin's looking decent. It looks like it's going to recover. So I put 625 into Bitcoin tonight. So that's approximately 12.5 or, yeah, about 12.5% of the portfolio allocating money. And then we still have our positions. I'm not adding or decreasing my positions because Bitcoin hasn't really told us anything yet. We haven't had this bearish retest. This is what we were talking about the idea last time. So we want to test this consolidation pattern. A lot of YouTubers, they were like, "Oh, Bitcoin's just gonna, you know, consolidate," or they didn't even say consolidate. They thought it was just gonna do a giant wick and then come up, and it didn't. We called the consolidation. But so Bitcoin hasn't even tested this as a bearish retest or a potential bullish break through this resistance area. So we have to see. We still have to see. And then also, we have these levels. We haven't even tested either of these levels as support and resistance. So until that happens, we don't know. And then, who was it? Crypto University, somebody like Crypto University was talking about the monthly candle chart, and he said that there was a possible major trend reversal. And what's my take on that? The monthly looks fine to me. I think he's saying like if we like go down more, the monthly looks fine to me. But he's a really good channel. It was like Crypto University, something like that. Um, and he was talking about candlestick patterns on the monthly. And I'm on the monthly right now, and I see more so of like a three white soldiers pattern, but even better because these candlesticks continue to go up. So I'm not seeing exactly what he's talking about, but he has one of the best crypto YouTube channels, and I would say he's pretty underrated. I'd say we're the most underrated channel on the entire internet. We only have 65 subscribers, and I'm giving life-changing money, not advice legally, but my opinions, which are worth a lot of money, literally. Alright, so yeah, I mean, the monthly looks good to me. He's saying that, it's like some like graveyard pattern. I don't know, you can watch the video, it's his most recent video. But I'm gonna go down to the lower chart time frames. I mean, I'm into candlestick patterns. I just don't see what he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about like a trend reversal because we have this long wick and it's more of like a morning star pattern. But I don't know if that. He said it's a really strong candlestick pattern. I'm just not familiar with it. If that is the case, it just looks to me like three white soldiers. And it looks pretty bullish as far as my understanding of candlesticks are. If you watch the channel for any amount of time, you know that my candlestick analysis is a freaking game. Not only do I know all the basic candlesticks, but I can also it's not just about like I always say on this channel. It's not about just knowing the TA, because I know the TA and I know there's a lot of people that know the TA, but it's about the fundamentals, like what makes a head and shoulders a head and shoulders, like what's the fundamentals behind why that works out, what's the fundamentals behind the three white soldiers, what's the fundamentals behind all this. Anyways, we put 620 into um, Bitcoin. Why do we do that? So right now we have this right here, which is a low, and then we have a higher low right here. So essentially this is bullish. This is on the 4 hour. I really like this a lot, this idea, because essentially this is in technical analysis for market cipher. What we have right here is an anchor wave and a trigger wave. Now the only thing that I'm concerned about, and I'm not entirely concerned about it, because it seems like we're trending the other way. We'll see. Oh no, we're not. Crap. The only thing I'm concerned about, and I mean, this channel is 100% accurate, is the fact that we need more money flowing into this space. Right here, you have a low and then a lower low. So you have a downtrend on the money oscillator, momentum oscillator. So that's not good. But then if you go to the 1 hour, this chart on the 1 hour looks gorgeous. And we just got a long indication on the 1 hour. That's not bad. And money's flowing. I don't think I need to draw this. You obviously have a low and you have a high, and then you have a higher high. So I mean that's just the definition of an entire reversal idea on the 1 hour. So money coming in on the 1 hour, which is going to translate to the 4 hour. We don't have any blue right here, which would basically indicate like potentially this is indicating a bottom, but any blue would indicate a top. RSI flipped bullish. We like I said before, we want to try and negate this fractal idea of coming up hitting this area, this dotted area right here, and then coming back down. I actually talked about that I think last video. Yeah, I'm pretty sure last video we talked about this. I've been talking about this idea I think for the last 2 days though. This idea that we keep hitting the RSI on this dotted area right here. And then rejecting off of it at this point, it's not a fractal, but it's the same ideas that drive fractals. And yeah, we want to negate that idea by pushing above it or consolidating, cooling off a little bit, and then moving higher. Those would be the two scenarios that we're looking for. But I mean, just look at that. I mean, the money oscillator looks good. You know, you got your anchor wave right here. You got your trigger wave. You got this clear, deep blue. So and then you know you have the yellow. I mean, it would be nice to have it come up more, but it's not everything that it hasn't. So that, I mean, these are kind of the reasons why I put 625, and I didn't just. The thing is, you know, on this channel, you're never just gonna see me say I think this for no reason. You're never just gonna hear me spout out my opinion, because what a lot of people need to understand in politics is nobody cares about their opinion. Okay, nobody cares. You know, let's hear the facts. Yeah, I think things like politics and that crap, like people think that people care about their opinions. Nobody cares. Give me the facts. The facts are we got this blue right here, this dark blue on the 4 hours, looking good. We got it. We just got a green dot right here. Do we have a confirmation dot? We don't have a confirmation dot. And this is on the 4 hours, so we have yet to print the candlestick. But essentially, we have this doji. We have this doji. We have this doji. What does that say? It says indecision. What else does it say? It says I was right about yesterday when I said we were going to consolidate. Let's see. Welcome to the most underrated channel on the entire internet. You're going to be looking at this, you know, if you are, you know, a year or two from now, and probably going to make another 250,000 easy. Another 250. Be worth $500,000. Alright, so I'm 22. Just dropped out of pharmacy school. Alright, so you got this green dot right here. And then basically this is an anchor wave right here. And then this is enough for a trigger wave. So, and you have the dark blue coming in. So this is just absolutely gorgeous on the 6 hour. And this is, you know, what started to lead me into being like, you know, I'm not comfortable, you know, what do we always say on this channel? We say when you're buying Bitcoin, you know, you don't have to sweat a few $1,000s on a position. Like especially if you think like me that Bitcoin's gonna go up to 100,000, and I said Bitcoin was gonna go up to 100,000. When did I say Bitcoin was gonna go up to 100,000? Like at 10,000. You guys want to see that video again? Just comment if you haven't seen that video and you want me to show that video again. You know, not only did I out-invest Warren Buffett when I was in stocks, I out-invested all the major institutions when I got into crypto. Um, I have an absolutely ridiculous investing career. It wasn't just crypto, it wasn't just real estate, it wasn't just stocks. I'm not like a one-trick pony. Alright, so you have this dark blue right here, and then you have this dark blue right here. This is your anchor wave. This is your trigger wave, and it's just perfect. And then you have this dark blue right here showing potential bottom. You have a little bit, you know, you have a little bit right here of this, and this is a low and then a lower low. So like I said, my main concern right now is volume. I mean, let's just, you know, you can see that, but let's just take that. Did we lose it? I mean, you don't need it. You can see that we're downtrending on volume. We need to see volume come in. And I'm saying more mid caps are going to start performing. Um, Altcoins, more mid cap altcoins are going to start performing. I said, listen, guys, because a lot of people are asking me my opinions about different altcoins. And that's when I said that video where I said, guys, like, you don't need 50 freaking altcoins. Like, freaking, just get the best ones, you know? When Warren Buffett says diversify, he's talking about different sectors of the market. He's not saying, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, don't freaking, you know, if you know you have the best coins, freaking just put all your money into the best coins. You don't need freaking 50 different coins to diversify. Like, it's just, you know, you know, especially when like the best coins were like Polkadot, the best coins were like Cardano, and I mean, I put my money where my mouth is. I had so much money in Cardano, and we've just been making stupid money, and just Cardano is it. Like long term, Cardano is it. But you guys gotta, like I said, understand how the money flows. Don't get opinionated. Don't get whatever. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall in love with these coins, go where the money's going. And I told you guys Ethereum is going to outperform, and it did. And I told you guys when Bitcoin was going to outperform, and it did. And now some of these mid caps are going to start seeing some money flowing in. And I'm cooling off with some of these larger cap coins that I've been getting. So like I still think Ethereum's underrated, but it's more so where I like it to be right now. And so, looking at some mid caps right now, that's where the money's gonna be. If you're looking at some small caps, there might be some money there, but you guys, you know what I'm saying? It's like when I had people that were commenting to me, they're like talking about coin market cap, freaking 200, uh, what was it, like 2000, market cap 500. I said, guys, like, I get it. You might have found like the low cap gem of the century. Like, I get it. Maybe you did. I'm not doubting you. But regardless of, the validity behind how decent of a coin you think you found as a low capper, that's just it. It's a low capper. The money's not there. The money's flowing into Chainlink. The money's flowing into Polkadot. The money's flowing into VeChain. The money's flowing into Cardano. And guess what? It did. It did. And I gave you, and like, they asked me questions, and I'm here to, help out and basically be like, listen, I've been in this space for a very long time, and I'm very educated in this space. So if you have any questions, just ask me some questions, and I'll get you straight. Again, not financial advice, but just come from somebody that's in the space. And that's exactly what we did. Alright, we got a confirmation dot on the 12 hour. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. This is like gorgeous. This is why I had to pick up $625 worth of Bitcoin, even though volume is decreasing. This is a longer term hold into Bitcoin. And of course, we're longing Bitcoin. We have a small long position open right now that I've been taking profits on. All right, but we have so this is basically showing potential top, and then this is basically showing this is where you would start to long it, and then this is basically, oh my gosh. I mean, this isn't like as good as it gets, but this is nice. I mean, if we're talking about as good as it gets, we need it to wake up a little bit more. This blue came in a little bit fatter in the beginning, and a continuation of that fat, thick blue. That's where it's at. But I mean, on the 12 hour, that just looks gorgeous. Talk about a bottom. Like before, we weren't seeing these things down there. And I was like, guys, I gotta go off the charts. I can't tell you my opinion. And that ended up putting us in a better position than, I mean, people that had 200, 300,000 subs. They thought we were just gonna wake and come right back up. Yeah, right. Like it's alt season, baby. We're consolidating. Get with the program or lose money. Get with the program or lose money. Alright, so I like this a lot on the daily. Again, we need to see that money come in just on every single time frame, And then essentially, I like this. Like if you're educated and you know technical analysis on Market Cipher, I mean this is good right here. It's getting smaller. This white area is getting smaller, which is good. I mean the second that turns blue on the daily, oh my gosh. I mean right now really what we're missing, and that'll just come with time. Right now on the daily what we're missing is we're just missing volume on all time frames. Alright, and then on the daily it does look pretty bearish. Like just the candlesticks. So a lot of like, who was it? Tyler S. He's a crypto channel. Who was it? Crypto Capital Venture. He's a YouTube channel. Those guys have had massive success. Those guys are some of the best crypto analysts on the entire internet. And just them specifically, I watch everybody because you always want to be up to date in these markets. And like I know how good my content is because I watch everybody and I know what I'm looking at. Like I know what I'm comparing myself to, like as far as just calls, like literally. But so like I said, we have to retest this area. Guess what? We said that before them. And no shade, I absolutely love those channels, but between the two of them, they have 120,000 subscribers. We have 61 subs. And also these areas right here are what we're looking at. So, I mean, is this dump over? We don't have enough information. But right now, what I can tell you is that we're in altcoin season. What is it? Volumes decreased, and we're consolidating. But until we get enough information on this, and essentially, you might be asking, well, what happens if we go all the way over here, and we still haven't wicked up? Then we would bring this right here, bring it down like this. And essentially, it would be forcing it into a pattern like this until eventually it would most likely break up. That's why I got 625 um, cost base averaged in to a buy. All right, so what else can we go over? We can go over Bitcoin D and then ask me questions if you have any questions. And then I'm gonna head out of here because my work here is done. I didn't come on like for like 24 hours, and guess what? My TA is still valid. We're still 100%. All right, nice. Oh, this is on the daily. This says short on the daily. The fact that Market Cipher works with Bitcoin dominance, which is a percentage, this is just. Whew. All right, what else we got on the weekly? Nice, nice. And I mean, we were just here though. I mean, at least I'm pretty sure we were just here. Yeah, because we had this wick right here. Yeah, it was probably had to do with that Bitcoin pump. Or like that, I don't remember what happened with Bitcoin. Something that happened where like everybody's focus was on Bitcoin. Oh, that wick, yeah, that wick, that dump, yeah, so. Alright, nice. So, probably like right here. Alright, we got some room to run. BTCD looking good. If you're interested in mid-cap altcoins, that could be a play. Ask me questions, I'm about to go. Alright. Can you increase your mic volume? Sounds better, thanks. Is Cardano on your list? Oh my gosh. Cardano is the best cryptocurrency in the cryptocurrency space. Um, Also, I don't know if you want me to explain the whole deal with XRP, but XRP is one of the best cryptocurrencies. It's under a lot of stress right now with the SEC, and I just have a little bit of money, like a little bit of money into it. Probably less than 1% of my entire crypto portfolio is in XRP, but XRP is an incredible coin. But so like as far as like I'm just saying that because XRP or Cardano have the potential to be the number one cryptocurrency in the future by far. And it just comes down to education in the space. Um, Cardano, it's way better with gas fees than Ethereum. Ethereum's freaking gas fees are ridiculous. I mean, if you use Uniswap, if you actually use some of these decentralized protocols, oh my gosh, it's a pain in the butt trying to work with Ethereum. And Cardano, I mean, just go listen to the founder of Cardano. He used to co-found Ethereum, and there's a great team with Cardano. Guys, Charles Hopkins, like you just listen to him for a few minutes talk about the space. He's very involved. The only protocol that's more actively involved about building like more onto their network than Ethereum is Polkadot. Polkadot's a great Polkadot is an absolutely great what do you call it, altcoin or whatever. and I talked about it, and I called Polkadots high, and I called Polkadots low, and then I called Polkadots high again. And we've made stupid money on Polkadot on this channel. But like I've said before, like I just have a hard time staking it. Like if you're actually going on the Polkadot dot, I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want you guys to get scammed into like a site that's not it. But if you go on like ledger.com and then you go to Polkadot and you go to their website and you stake your Polkadot on the website, every time I try and nominate to stake on Polkadot, my validators, like the validators on there, never nominate me. Um, I think that's exactly how you say it. I don't know, but yeah, so they never do that. Whereas ADA, which is Cardano, ADA Lite, which is it's adalight.io. When you stake on Cardano, it is so ridiculously easy. And so like it's like, should you invest in Polkadot? Should you invest in Cardano? I think Cardano's a little more undervalued than Polkadot. The thing that I like about Polkadot is that they don't have any real competition, whereas because you could say Atom's kind of their competition, but when you're talking about like a business, when you're talking about a stock, whatever, you say what's their competitive advantage? What do they bring to the market, and what kind of market capitalization are they looking at possessing against their competition? Like for example, you have Apple, and Apple's like the leading industry in cell phones, so they take a lot of market capitalization in cell phones, but Samsung's coming up, so I'm a Samsung guy. So Samsung might steal some of their market cap valuation. That's things that you think about. So with Polkadot, there's not a lot of competition in the space. They have a really good team and they have a really good co-founder, but I like Cardano a lot more because it's just so much easier to use. They have so many big projects that they're working on. Stage 3 Goguen, programmable logic, which Ethereum, I don't even think Ethereum's, I mean, they have, their dApps and stuff, but Cardano, like once this protocol starts going on like line, once the mainnet launches, oh my gosh, I mean, they're just so on it. They're just so on it. And the only thing that I can think that can really compete with Cardano is something like XRP, and people in the space don't even know. Like a lot of these new guys, they come in for a year, they don't know crypto, um, and so like the whole thing with XRP is this: a lot of people thought XRP was a scam. XRP is not a scam. This is why people thought so. XRP, the use case for XRP is this: transferring money. It's a huge issue in today's economy. Basically, a lot of people don't know how money transfer, wire transfers work because most people don't transfer millions of dollars. But a lot of companies, there's a massive amount of demand for wire transfers. And wire transfers usually take 3 days, and they require going from bank to bank to bank. And people think, oh, well, it's 3 days and the fluctuation isn't that big. But in the 3 days, if you know finances, the DXY, which is the dollar index, your buying power, it fluctuates a lot more in 3 days than what XRP can do. XRP can send a transaction in seconds, and so you would think, why would anybody put their money, like why would a bank put their money into XRP? Is that just insane? Well, no, it's not, because if they put their money into XRP, they can put their money into XRP, ship across the entire world in seconds, hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars in seconds. And the amount of fluctuation in the market between XRP's value is less is less than the current system. It's cheaper than the current system. So XRP has a lot of use case that, like, if you're just not educated in the space, then you don't know. And then when you get newer into the space and you start to know that, then you learn that XRP start like the founders of XRP started dumping their tokens, and that's true. XRP co-founders have dumped their tokens, but then you learn when you get even, once you get more like intermediate into the space, you learn that, well, they're dumping their tokens because I don't know if you've heard of Stellar Lumens. XR what is it? XLM is the ticker symbol. The founder of that was actually an XRP guy, and he's dumping his tokens because he's going to work on another project. And Ripple Labs isn't as associated with XRP as people think. And even if Ripple Labs does whatever, it doesn't matter. If you have XRP tokens on your ledger, it doesn't matter what happens with it doesn't matter what happens with Ripple. It doesn't matter what happens with the lawsuit. At the end of the day, that technology, Ripple, or not Ripple, XRP, it's there and it won't not be there. As long as you hold them on your ledger device, on your hardware wallet, it doesn't matter if they take them off exchange. If they bring them back 2 years later, you'll get like a 10,000% ROI. 10,000%? 10,000, yeah, probably 10,000% ROI. That being said, I only hold like 0.5% of my portfolio in XRP. I think right now is a reasonable price, but like, why? Like, my thing is this: Bitcoin has so much potential right now. Ethereum has so much potential right now. Cardano has so much potential right now. There's better coins, Cardano probably being the best, but you got to know where the money's flowing. And so, like, why do we buy 1250? Yeah, 1250 last night and make 4% on Ethereum. Why didn't I put my money in Cardano? Because you got to know where the cash is going. And right now, the cash went from these mid caps and now it's going to start going to these, or from they went from the large caps and now it's about to start going to the mid caps. So, yeah, Cardano is on the top of my list as far as best cryptocurrencies by far. But as far as what I'm putting my money into, I have like how much of my position is in Cardano? I think it's only like 20%, unfortunately, of my entire portfolio is in Cardano. And the reason for that is that Ethereum's going to outperform it. So I have almost 50% of my position right now in Ethereum, even though I like Cardano better. And it's the paradox. It's the paradox that Cardano has gone up really fast, really quickly, and it just doesn't have the sustainability that Ethereum has. Ethereum is so ridiculously undervalued. It's about to go parabolic. We called that yesterday. We've been saying that for a little bit. Um, Ethereum was like 10,040, I think, or 11,000, and we ended up longing it to 14K. Then it dropped down, it retraced because Bitcoin went down, and then we got into Ethereum again. So we've been making stupid money on this channel with Ethereum. And that's kind of like the sentiment is that I get it. Like if you look into Cardano, it is a freaking game, okay? And like having money in it right now. And here's the thing about Cardano. You asked me about Cardano, and it's on my yeah, it's on my list. And here's the thing about it. Getting it right now or getting it when it's undervalued, like as soon as possible, ASAP for best current evaluation. So like what I'm saying is like as soon as like it's a good deal, like as soon as you think it's a good deal to buy Cardano, get it and stake it because you're going to be earning dividends on it all this market cycle. It's just one of those long-term holds to me. And BitBoy just put it on his list. He said there's only 3 cryptocurrencies that he would hold long term. BitBoy has 300,000 subs, and for me, like Bitcoin and Cardano are on my list for long-term holds. But you have freaking what is it? Uh, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano are on his list. I'm not even selling any of my Cardano this market cycle. So if you're newer to crypto and you don't know how market cycles work, basically like what happened in 2017 when Bitcoin went up a bunch, that was just a market cycle. Like Bitcoin went up from like $1 to $10, dropped back down, went up from $10 to $100, dropped back down. It works in cycles. And right now we're in a bull cycle. And this cycle, I'm not even selling any of my Cardano. I'm going to be transferring a lot of my, um, I'm going to be transferring a lot of my Ethereum. Once Ethereum goes hyperbolic, I'm potentially looking at like a 5 or 7x on Ethereum because that's where all the money's going to be. And I'm going to take that 50% of my position and take what is it, 25% of that 50%, or 50% of that 50%. So 50% of my position is in Ethereum, and then basically 50% of that position, which would be 25% of my overall position, and I'm going to be transferring it to Cardano, and staking it throughout um, this whole entire bull market. Maybe I'll sell a little bit at the top, but I don't know, because you can stake Cardano and earn five to, what is it, like 5% is pretty conservative. I don't remember exactly how much you make. You can look it up, but I have it all staked right now, and like you earn like the staking rewards on Cardano. It's like they pay you out like really quickly. Like they pay you out like every single week. You earn rewards for staking Cardano. It is incredible. And so basically, the game plan for Cardano, at least in my book, is to sell like ever so slightly amount. I don't even think I will. Like the thing about cryptocurrency is it's not going anywhere. If you hold on to like ADA in the next 5 to 10 years, holy crap, you are guaranteed to make money like nobody's business. And so like the entire, like I said, when we're gonna go up, like in Bitcoin, we're gonna hit 100,000, 200,000. My personal conservative target is 100,000, but I know a lot of people in the space, they're talking about 230,000, and I'm not disagreeing with them, but that's my conservative target. But so once we hit the, whatever the top is, and then we come down, and some people say it's a million. Best case scenario, it's a million. It's probably not going to be like literal best case. Like literally everything has to go perfect for Bitcoin for us to get a million in this cycle. But whatever the top is, that number that nobody 100% knows. Once we go into that bear market, I'm going to be holding Cardano the entire way there, and then next bull market is when I'm going to start potentially selling Cardano, or my position right now is supposed to like make like 100,000, 200,000 at least off of this bull market alone. And so that's just passive income for the rest of your life. Like you get into freaking what they say about cryptocurrencies like Cardano. Like I got into Cardano a long time ago. Like but what they say about Cardano and what they used to say about Cardano is this: you get into Cardano early, and that's not life changing money. That's like, what do they say? It's like generational changing money. Like that's not like you're rich. That's like your kids are rich. That's what they say. That's just what we say in crypto. That's what the community says. I don't not necessarily entirely agree with it, but the potential for Cardano to 25 to 50x. I mean, I said that back, and it's already 200x or 250 or something x. So, I mean, the potential for it to like 25x, or yeah, around 25x, that's 100% in play. So if you put $1,000 in, the potential for you at the end of this bull market to have $25,000, uh, that seems to be the sentiment realistically, and it's only going to get better in the next bull run. But here's the thing that we talk about with altcoins. Bitcoin's going to be around forever, just because like it's like the coin. Like when you think about it, like as far as like most people only know about Bitcoin. So guaranteed in this cycle, there's nothing that's gonna like pass it. Like a lot of people think like, oh, Dash is the next thing, or Zcash is the next. No, Bitcoin's gonna have that 400 billion-dollar market cap, and it's only gonna go up from there, and that's just gonna be the case. And there's gonna be some money pouring into Ethereum, and we've already started to see that. And some institutions are gonna look into Ethereum. All these institutional money, they don't want to get risky. Um, they don't want to like speculate on some of these like micro cap coins. They're gonna go like a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. Once that ETF comes out in 2021 on the stock market, it's going to be like the S&P 500. So like in stocks in the S&P 500, if you don't know, like a large reason of why Tesla CEO Elon Musk made so much money is it's called the S&P 500 effect, where essentially all the top stocks, like because people invest in that index fund, they get bought up a lot more because a lot of people like to buy the S&P 500 index fund. Well, cryptocurrency is going to have an index fund where essentially the top 10 cryptocurrencies are going to be into that index fund. So I mean, if you buy Cardano, like it's like you're in so early, like it's just guaranteed to make gains. And I'm not saying to go buy it today. I'm not saying to go buy it tomorrow. Right now, I'm getting into Ethereum, and I got into Ethereum, and we're up like like 5 or 6% today. But in the long run, like your investment is essentially protected by that ETF, by that right now people are buying Ethereum or Cardano, I mean, but because it's so high cap, I think it's 6 or 5 on Coin Market Cap. When people buy the crypto ETF, when older people start getting involved in the crypto ETF, it's just going to keep driving that evaluation higher, and the top 10 cryptocurrencies are going to significantly lapse in 2021. And maybe we're in a bear market by then. I'm not saying, um, I don't, I only have 61 subs. I mean, I'm pretty educated in this space, but a lot of I'm not gonna say my opinion on when I think the bear market's gonna come, but a lot of people in this space, a lot of the biggest people say it's gonna be about a year, and so I'm just gonna agree with them, just because I'm newer to YouTube. I have a huge following on a lot of other social media platforms, but so um, what do you call it? So you got ADA, and yeah, I mean that's just a no brainer. But it's the biggest paradox to cryptocurrency. ADA might be by far the best cryptocurrency and the potential to have the number one spot, passing Bitcoin because Bitcoin's essentially digital gold. But ADA, Cardano is like the blockchain of the internet. You can build all these decentralized applications on top of it, and so like the potential for that is endless. Some of the best blockchain. I mean, blockchain's a new technology, and there's all these major companies with massive amounts of funding, as you're seeing, enter into the space. Like the potential is endless. Like for ADA's evaluation, like just like well, the reason Ethereum is so high, and the reason it's going to continue to be so high. I mean, think about Ocean Protocol, Filecoin, um, Urine Finance, um, no, not band protocol, freaking reserve rights. Who else can I think of just off the top of my head? Basic attention token, like all these guys, all these different ERC20 tokens, they're all built on top of the Ethereum network. Well, there's going to be a massive amount of dApps, decentralized applications built on top of the Cardano network, and they're running it more efficiently than the Ethereum network. They have the potential to scale a lot higher than the Ethereum network, and a lot of the dApps, decentralized applications, are compatible. So you have the evaluation of Ethereum and their market cap. And like I said before, it comes down to like when you're looking at like evaluating a stock or when you're looking at evaluating a cryptocurrency, you look at, and this is what they teach you when you go to school for marketing. They teach you what's your competitive advantage? Why buy your product or why invest in your company? What's your competitive advantage and what do you bring to the market? And Cardano is about to destroy. It is about to completely obliterate Ethereum's market share. It's about to take so much of the top two, the second cryptocurrency, the second most expensive cryptocurrency. It's about to take a massive amount of that market share because every single reason that Ethereum is valuable because of its dApps, its decentralized applications, everything that makes Ethereum good, because Cardano's platform is compatible with Ethereum's platform, people that are on Ethereum can literally just transfer from Ethereum to Cardano. Essentially, like it's just such a no. It's just such a no brainer. But you have to understand that like a lot of people don't know about Cardano. Go ask a random person on the street about Cardano. They have no clue. You go ask a random person on the street what Bitcoin is, they'll say, "Yeah, I know what that is." and they might not be into it, but they know what it is. It's going to be the same thing in this bull cycle. A lot of people don't know about Cardano, so it's not going to get the market cap. It's not going to get the evaluation. How are so many people going to get invested into Cardano when most people don't really know about the potential there? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people know about Bitcoin and a lot of people know about Ethereum, are learning about Ethereum. So it's that paradox where um, Cardano's way better, but Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to steal the show this bull run. Um, and I mean, towards the end, Cardano could just absolutely murk. And if you can get a good evaluation on Cardano, what you think is a good buy in on Cardano, and stake ASAP, because as soon as possible, because as the sooner you stake, the more tokens you're going to get, the more Cardano tokens you're going to get. So like I think you have to wait 30 days like originally, and then like after those 30 days of staking, I think they give you it every week. I'm not entirely sure. You go to ADA.com, you go to ADA Lite and then IO, and you can literally just go on Ledger.com and then go on Cardano, like type in Ledger and then Cardano. So like Ledger, and then Cardano, and then go on that website that is on Ledger. So you're making sure there's a lot of scams. There's a lot of scams in the crypto community, and so I'm just keeping you guys safe. So I would go to the Ledger website, type in Ledger, like into Google search Ledger Cardano, click on the Ledger page for Cardano, and so like there'll be a page where basically it talks about on Ledger Cardano, like you'll see it, and so you go to Cardano's website. Like I said, just look at the like browser name, and it'll say adalite.io, and you can stake on there. It's pretty easy to stake on there. I stake with my hardware wallet with my Ledger, and it's super easy. It's plug and play. But make sure you're doing it right. Make sure you're doing it right. Make sure you're watching YouTube videos on how to do it, because you don't want to lose your money. And if you don't want to get involved with that, you don't have to. I mean, you're gonna make a lot more money staking your crypto and then keeping it, but you don't have to. And like for instance, with Polkadot, like I said, I wanted to get into Polkadot, and I got into Polkadot really early, and I made like over 300% on Polkadot. That was crazy. But I just can't stake it because nobody on the network is none of the nodes that are running are accepting my nomination. So I had to unstake. I can show you guys a video of that about that if you care, but I feel like I'm not the only one. I feel like other people are gonna run into that issue, and so I mean I'm just trading Polkadot. I'm unstaking it currently, and I'm just gonna sell it for Cardano because I know I can stake Cardano on the network, and so yeah, like the difference between like you talk about Bitcoin, that's a finite asset, and then you talk about Ethereum, and that's a proof of stake asset, and Cardano's a proof of stake asset, and so they're not finite in supply. Cardano's not finite in supply. Ethereum's not finite in supply, and some people see that as a negative, but the way that they've handled it with burning tokens, sorry, the way they handled it with burning tokens, it's all good. It's all good, and you take advantage of that by earning those staking rewards. So the later you get, this is like people say I'm a very smart guy, and maybe I mean I got into crypto like a long time ago, but so people say I'm a really smart guy. So listen to this because I have a huge social media platform, and like I'm like into finances or whatever, and what is it called? So like in finances, like if you want to get like massive respect, this is what I say. I say, it's one of the hardest cash flowing assets with the most, what is it, like money coming in. And that's basically a fancy word. That's basically a fancy word because I spent a lot of time studying economics and finances. That's basically a fancy word for you're buying an asset. So an asset is something that makes you money essentially. That's not what that's essentially what it is. And then cash flow is basically when you own an asset, like whether it's real estate and you're making money off of renting it out, or whether it's like crypto and you're making money staking it, basically earning a dividend, like like what stocks would be, you're basically cash flowing. Where's the cash from the asset going? It's flowing into your pocket essentially. So that's called positive cash flow. These are like advanced um, finances. I can run with like the biggest guys. It's crazy. But so essentially, Cardano is one of the best cash flowing assets because you buy your essential, maybe it's $100 worth of Cardano. You stake it on the network and then you earn those dividends on it, that those staking rewards, and you you gain the benefit of those staking rewards, and there's going to be a dilution of shares. Like because of those staking rewards, they constantly create shares out of thin air. That might be bad because that waters down your shares. But if you get in early, then you take advantage of that because you get those tokens that were created early, if that makes sense. Whereas if you get into Cardano a year or two from now, then a ton of tokens have already been created and it devalues. It's like the Cardano network right now is not the same it's going to be in a year or two from now. Just like, I got into Amazon when I was littler and, I made 100% ROI on Amazon. And then I got out of Amazon and people ask me why did I get out of Amazon. They water down their shares. So all the time they're making new shares. So the amount of shares that were in Amazon 2 years ago is a lot different than the amount of shares there are right now. They avoid taxes by but it's the same concept with Cardano. There's a smaller amount of shares right now essentially in Cardano right now, and the ecosystem is a lot different right now fundamentally than it will be in the next 2 to 3 years, in the next year, in the next month. Constantly, ADA tokens are being created, and essentially, to a small degree, that inflates the price. Or would it inflate the price or deflate the price? It depends on how you look at it, but basically, it's not good potentially unless you're taking advantage of it right now. So, like, I'm not like peer pressuring you into at all. When it comes to assets, and I've been in real estate, stocks, crypto. You want to get the best appraisal on your asset. You want to get the best value. Um, and so, get Cardano when you think it's the best time to buy. But I'm saying do it as soon as it is the best time to buy. Make sure you're staking it if you're going to stake it now, because then that's when you're going to get compound interest. You might get $100 worth, and then you might get an additional, very quickly $5 worth in you might get an additional $5 in dividends, but then that $5 on 25x, once the token really starts taking off, that's going to be an entire game changer. And then you earn tokens on top of your tokens, so it compounds. So essentially, like if you have 100 tokens and then you earn an additional five, now you have 105, and you're making now you're staking 105, and if you're staking 105, you're going to earn more staking tokens than if you were to only stake 100 that you originally had, and then you'll earn like 112, and then you stake those 112, and then it compounds onto itself. So what I'm saying is you have an exponential, literal exponentially better gains getting in early to staking projects, whereas Bitcoin is finite and capped. There's only built into the code a possible 21 million ever to be in existence of code. And so when you talk about the Bitcoin asset, there's only ever going to be 21 million. So the token that you buy in Bitcoin is the same that you buy in the next 10 years because they're not creating any more of them. Now, obviously, the appraisal on that asset is going to go up just because of the fundamentals. But what I'm saying is that you're buying 21 million right now. You're buying one of the 21 million, whereas in Ethereum, which is proof of stake, when you get into Cardano, which is proof of stake, there's they make more of those tokens to incentivize the network to run the network optimally. So the amount of tokens on the network changes. It's dynamic, and so
I hope that makes sense, but I wrote a financial paper about that a little bit ago, basically talking about the possibility of running like a 32 Ethereum staking node, and basically it's like real estate 2.0, and oh my gosh, and the dividends that you would earn on that and stuff. And I got so much freaking credibility on some of my different social media platforms. But as far as Cardano, to answer your question, absolutely it's on my list. Ethereum, absolutely it's on my list. Bitcoin, absolutely it's on my list. I was in Chainlink. I think Chainlink's had a good run. It's maybe it's starting to cool off, but it's time to maybe start looking into some of these mid coins, because, like I said, the paradox is just you got to go where the money flows. If you want to keep making these ROIs, these return on investments. So, I mean, we had Bitcoin, it did good. We had, like, I don't like Litecoin. I understand it's going to perform pretty decent, but there's no reason for digital silver. It just literally doesn't make sense. Like I said, in other videos, the reason that you buy, the reason that gold in and of itself is a finite asset, and you can look this up, when a supernova, which is a star, when it explodes, it creates the element gold. And so, because we don't have supernovas exploding all around us, the amount of gold that's on the earth is the only amount of gold that's ever going to be on the earth. And a lot of the times it costs a lot more to mine the gold than what the gold is actually worth. So we have a finite amount of gold. And so that's kind of the concept behind Bitcoin. You have a finite amount of the asset digitally built into the code, whereas silver, is also a precious metal, but it's less scarce. But we don't need a digital silver. Like Litecoin's just dumb. But so let's see. You have a question. What are your thoughts, long chain, on Chainlink? Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. So you're talking about an Oracle system and a decentralized Oracle system. And I was talking earlier about that idea of, when I was talking about Polkadot, and I was talking about um, and I was basically saying it didn't have a lot of competition. API 3 is a competition to API 3 is a competition to potentially Chainlink. There's a lot of competition to decentralized Oracle. That also touches on the fact that oracles are basically what people say, and I would like to like reiterate that is basically they say Bitcoin's digital gold. They say that Chainlink, like decentralized oracles, are like digital oil. Like they're the information pipelines, and they're very valuable. But you just have to kind of look at the you have to look at the value of Chainlink and compare it to its competitors, and see its value. And that's in a video all in and of itself. For this bull run, it should continue to do well. It has a very high appraised value, and the community thinks very highly of it. But a little bit of that market cap is going to be taken by some of its competitors. It still was the first, and the fundamentals behind Chainlink are still very strong, and there is a massive incentive for oracles. Oracles are not new. What Chainlink is a decentralized oracle. Um, so I hope that answers your question and gives you like a little bit of a little bit of a different like take on, like, I've never really heard anybody on this space talk about it. Litecoin freaking sucks. Jake, what's up, Jake? Let's see. Litecoin is pretty stupid. Yeah, invest in basic base protocols, speculate in tokens. Yeah, I mean, it'll be definitely interesting to see what comes out. Like looking at like Big Boy's like mid cap coins, like his picks are usually pretty spot on. Like if you want to look at some mid caps right now, but freaking um, I got into Ocean Protocol, and that was like, I mean, so like I don't know, I don't know. Do you guys have any more questions before I head out? Just let me know if you have any more questions. This is like a last call, But like if you want to know about like Bitcoin or whatever, it's just consolidating. We're heading into altcoin season. I used Market Cipher looking at altcoin season. It looks good, and like I said in some of my previous videos, altcoin season is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. People start seeing it goes down, and then more and more and more and more money keeps going into it. And the fact that we're just consolidating right now in Bitcoin, I mean, that's just going to further perpetuate the idea. So somebody asked me earlier when altcoin season was going to end. Nobody knows, like, because it's not actually like when you look at what you do is you look at BTCD. BTCD is Bitcoin dominance, and you can type in BTC.D on TradingView to figure out the percentage. And basically, people treat it like a normal chart. Like they'll look at head and shoulders patterns, double tops, things like that. And really, because they're not a token, it doesn't entirely work like that. But it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and the fact that just because it has those patterns and people think they're gonna play out, they end up playing out. Um, what's your plan for altcoin season? Oh, great question, Jake. I mean, my main thing's Ethereum right now. I'm just being conservative. I like on this channel, you're gonna see a lot of conservativeness. Like we've made a lot of good trades on this channel. We're up on our trade on Bitcoin, longing Bitcoin. We're up on our trade longing Ethereum. We're up on every single position we've ever taken. And we've outperformed pretty much everything. I'll tell you guys, like when there's a really really good opportunity, and I want you guys to take those really good opportunities. But for me, I'm just going to be patient, wait for those opportunities to come, not look for them, not force them. And right now, what's your top three alts for long term? Not trading. Yeah, so probably it just depends on like your risk to reward. But like conservatively, like what I would do, like what I do with my portfolio is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and well, I guess Bitcoin isn't a altcoin. So Ethereum, um, let me see, let me look at my portfolio. It's like Ethereum, Cardano. It used to be XRP. Like I had so much freaking faith in XRP. Like everybody is like XRP just has that, problem with the SEC. So, just wait for that to get settled or whatever. Ethereum, the fundamentals have not changed with Ethereum. There's just a lot of FUD with it, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And, like I said, I have like less than 1% of my portfolio in that, and like again, like I'm just extremely conservative, so I'm staying away from it. But once that SEC FUD or once that SEC FUD, I mean, when you look at like the history of like the recent history of altcoins, Ethereum freaking outperformed everything. Or not Ethereum, XRP like outperformed everything in the beginning of the first like it was like a mini altcoin season. It was up like 76%. The what was it? The XRP army is very strong. Um and like I've already talked about it earlier, my opinions on it, and what is this? XRP. Yeah, I mean, so it's just like I'm just waiting. Once the SEC gives it a positive rating, all the money's gonna flow back into it. Or if it doesn't, But long term holds, like conservatively for sure, are like, and again, like I only hold like less than 1% of my position in Ethereum just because I want to be low risk. But like Ethereum, Cardano, and then it's kind of a toss up. Like I said, I would like Polkadot, but because there's a lot of like Polkadot's like not trying to be like a program where you build decentralized apps like a lot of these other ones. Really, the only protocol, like the only competition with Polkadot long term right now is Atom, and Atom is Atom just doesn't have it's not it's not competition to Polkadot. Polkadot has a way better team, and they're just so ridiculously active, and like Kusama and all that's just doing so good. So like it probably would be Ethereum, Cardano, and Polkadot. But the fact that I can't stake Polkadot, like if you can stake Polkadot, if you go onto their website and you buy some Polkadot and you can stake it on their network, and those nodes will nominate you, and you can earn what's it called? If you can earn staking rewards on it, go for it. Great for you. Like congratulations, and like that would be great. But just like I haven't been able to, I've tried multiple times to stake on their network, and it hasn't worked out. And so I would rather just nominate my tokens into Cardano, and it, like I said earlier with the whole Cardano and Ethereum thing, Polkadot is also a staking network. So the fact that you stake on Polkadot, it's like you're getting like if you're not staking on Polkadot and you hold Polkadot, your shares are essentially getting watered down. And so probably Ethereum, Cardano, and then maybe Chainlink or I was a huge fan of what was it? What do you call it? VET tokens. Like that's the ticker symbol VET. I can't remember how to pronounce it right now. Um, VeChain. I was a huge fan of VeChain before that mini alt season happened, and then the appraisal on it seems pretty fair right now. So I'll kind of step back from VeChain. I mean, really, really, I mean, don't get too caught up. And I know it's altcoin season, but for long term holds, I mean, like really, like for long term holds, a lot of people like to hold like 10, 20 tokens, and like, it's kind of like that thing back when I was talking about earlier, like with Warren Buffett. Like when he was talking about, like he's the one that talked about basket commodities. He's like, yeah, Theta's good. Theta's a good token. I had Theta like super early on. It was solid. And like BitBoy did a really good video on it. Um, and like the potential for Theta is huge. But like it's kind of like the same thing with like Filecoin. Like look into Filecoin. Like I'm not saying like look into it. Like I can tell you about it right now. Like Filecoin, like the network on that is massive. Like the like use case for that token is massive, but the current evaluation for it is just so poor. And then like the formation for the longest time used to be a falling knife token. So like it would just keep going down and down and down in price. But if you look at the use case for Filecoin, it's like decentralized. But like if I'm sure you're familiar with Apple and their cloud system, where basically you store things in the cloud. That's what Filecoin is, the decentralized application where you can decentralize store information in the cloud, and that is just absolutely massive use case. But it's just one of those things where it's like the market's just not evaluating it right now, and like conservatively, like from all metrics, like I said when I was talking about with Warren Buffett, like he's the one that talked about basket commodities where you own multiple different. But he was talking about sectors. A lot of people don't know like the behind the story of like why he said that. He was talking about different market sectors, and with crypto basically is an entire sector. So just holding like Cardano tokens over the long term, golden, golden. Like, we can talk about, what's your top 10 picks, but like Cardano, putting all your money into Cardano long term over the next 4 to 5 years, solid. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, but you know what I mean? Like, put your money into all these like coins that are not as good as Cardano, but like, decentralize your risk. We're talking about the same sector here. We're talking about cryptocurrency. Some of the best crypto by far. Because crypto like Cardano's decentralized application, like it's basically like a JavaScript. It's basically writing code for programmers to build different blockchains. So all the stuff that's going to be built on Cardano is going to all the stuff that's going to be built on Cardano is going to be factored into the price of the tokens because that's what powers the ecosystem. So you are getting massive diversification just holding Cardano alone. And it's a top six cryptocurrency, and it potentially has the potential to be top one or top two. So, I mean, the risk to reward ratio on Cardano is just off the freaking charts. so ridiculously low risk, so ridiculously high reward. So like as far as long term holds, Bitcoin's gorgeous, you know. And once Bitcoin reaches a certain market cap, it's going to, we're either going to continue the cycles like we have been seeing them, or it's going to reach a fair evaluation where eventually like a lot of the money's in the space, and then we're just going to see like a 14-15% increase year over year on it. But the reason it's going up so much right now is because um, it's so new. It's so new, and people are doing a lot of emotions. It's not like saw it. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway scored a 3,000% gain on BYD investment. Nice, nice. I actually haven't looked into that, but and I don't know, is BYD is that is that what am I thinking? Is that Airbnb? Is that what that is? I'm not sure. Airbnb. Probably not. What alternative should I use to buy crypto? What alternative should I use to buy crypto? So this is like I hope I'm answering your question correctly, but like if you're asking like where, comment if I'm not answering it correctly. But where should you buy crypto is like essentially like, and then the alternative to that, like I don't know what you're buying crypto with like originally, but if it's like Coinbase and you want lower fees, you can go to Binance US and they have some of the lowest fees. If you want to not own your own keys, I always recommend owning your own keys, especially if you're going to be involved in the space. Let's see, what did you say? Let me see a couple messages above. Oh, I use Coinbase Pro. Started crypto a month ago. Why is Cardano and Dot? Uh, why they're probably not on is what you're saying. Why are they not on Coinbase Pro? Um, they just haven't put them on. So like, if your question is like where can you find them, I believe Binance US has them. I got kicked off Binance. I was using Binance, and Binance isn't for US citizens, so I was using a VPN, and they kicked me off Binance. So I haven't been on BinanceUS.com, but I'm pretty sure Binance US has it. I don't know if it's .com or not. I was using the app, but for sure I use Crypto.com to buy Cardano, um, and the Crypto.com is just very easy to use for me, and I have an account set up on there. Kraken is another one. You'd probably sport lower fees on Kraken. Kraken, Crypto.com, they're both U.S. exchanges. And then Binance US isn't based in the United States, but it is. Um, and then I haven't used Gemini, and I have not used KuCoin, but those would also be places to buy Cardano and Dot. But if you want like the lowest fees and you want to own your own coins, potentially Binance US would most likely be the best exchange. It's like when I was in stocks. Let me see what this question is. When you got banned from Binance, did they give you your funds back? Yeah, so freaking they sent out an email or whatever, and I was like, like I forget what I was like cost based averaging like ocean tokens. Like I was getting like all the like the best tokens or whatever. I think I still have some of them on my ledger. And what they ended up doing is they're basically like you can just withdraw your funds, but you can't buy. And like I had a bunch of money on Binance, and my account got locked or whatever, and I couldn't buy or input like so like what I was doing was I was transferring my funds from like I was transferring my crypto like my Bitcoin to exchange, and so I was funding the account anonymously, which is totally like what you can do like, and so they didn't, and then I had a VPN, but they figured out because like once I set up my Binance account, I think what it was that I didn't keep using the VPN while I was on it. I don't know exactly how they figured out I was a United States citizen, but what they ended up doing was they ended up saying basically like just withdraw everything you have, like withdraw it. You can withdraw. That's all you can do on this account is withdraw. You can't purchase anymore. It was locked out. Like I couldn't deposit Bitcoin on there anymore. Stuff like that. Um, thanks. Binance is cool. They'll let you withdraw. Yeah, yeah. So Stands for Build Your Own Dreams. It's a Chinese manufacturer of automobiles. Okay, so this is a huge thing. Like a lot of people, and I was talking to my uncle owns this like big company, and he like invests and stuff, and he was basically talking to me about crypto, and like basically what I told him about crypto, like, and this is kind of like with the whole like Chinese and like with the with Warren Buffett thing. Basically, China is really it's going up to a superpower. I mean, China's poised to do incredible. Like when you think about everything that happened with coronavirus, China, oh my gosh, like they recovered almost instantly. Like everybody else's economy in the world got actually like destroyed, and China's economy recovered very quickly. I remember when I was in stocks, I invested in like Alibaba, and it did absolutely incredible. But here's my point. Um, what is it called? Bitcoin cryptocurrency. That is not a United States investment. That's a world investment. So when you invest in things like Bitcoin, you get diversification to the entire world, if that makes sense. So even if the United States economy doesn't do well in the next 5 to 10 years, you still have diversification in China, which is poised to do incredibly well. And so that's one of the great reasons. Like people ask me like why I got into crypto. It was just an absolutely no brainer, and that was one of the really cool things is that China is becoming a superpower and possibly surpassing the United States. Like a lot of people don't like to think that, but that seems to be the case, and you can take advantage of that by being in cryptocurrency and getting exposure to their economy. Um, you could just open another Binance account and make sure you keep your VPN on. I'm sure that's probably the case, but like the amount of money that I put on to like exchanges, I'm just like I don't want to take the risk. And a lot of those coins, they're relative. Like they're good, they're decent, but they're not like everything. China needs to take accountability for what they did to the world. Now yeah. So I mean, I freaking like freaking politics. It's like same birds of the same wing. I don't know. But what is it? The same wings of the same bird or something like that. But anyways, do you guys have any more cryptocurrency questions? Like anything that's like um, anything like I mean I was in stocks, but right now my main focus is on crypto. So like if you have any questions, I know I was talking about Warren Buffett earlier, but do you guys have any questions about crypto? Any last questions? Like as far as altcoins go, like long term, eight is it. Start looking into mid caps. I'm sure BitBoy. I'm sure a lot of these bigger channels are gonna start giving out really good. Do you like Stellar? Stellar's cool. Are you the guy that said you were on Coinbase? If you go on Coinbase, like you literally just go on Coinbase for free if you have an account or not, and like you can look up the information on Stellar. Like they have really good videos on it. Stellar's is good. The people that created, like I was saying earlier, people that created XRP, um, like created Stellar, like one of the creators of XRP created Stellar Lumens, and Stellar Lumens is good. It seems to be like so when you talk about stocks, and just because I have a stock background, I'm gonna like compare it. So like when you talk about like American Airlines and Delta, those two are in the same sector, so they're what's called correlated. Or when you talk about Bitcoin, you have Bitcoin and Ethereum, and those tend to move together, so they're correlated. There seems to be a very strong correlation with XRP and Stellar Lumens, and so I think Stellar Lumens is more of the conservative version of XRP, and I think that's how the entire community seems to see it. But when XRP dropped, Stellar Lumens dropped. When XRP did really good in the beginning of that mini bull market, uh, uh, Stellar Lumens and XRP they pretty much ran up together. They had like 74% in a day, 100% in a day, so they seem to be highly correlated. And XRP seems to be the high risk, and then Stellar Lumens seems to be the lower risk. And then when you're talking about cryptocurrency, you have to understand like the technology aspect. Like Bitcoin's a Gen 1 crypto. It's invented in 2000. Well, it was invented in 2008, but in like 2009 it came out. Like Ethereum was a Gen 2. It came out in 2014. Like Cardano Gen 3. So like Stellar Lumens is a newer, and a lot of times newer means better in cryptocurrency, but not always. Like the use case for proof of work with Bitcoin is still 100% valid and has use case. But like hopefully that answers your question. Like the only like potential like benefit I see to, because XRP and Stellar Lumens are correlated. The only real advantages I see to Stellar Lumens is that they're newer, and they have experience already in developing that. Um, you know, are you still in real estate or just Bitcoin? I just hold real estate. So like we did like a crowd fund type situation. So and it was a leverage situation that I might be getting out of. So I put 20% down on um, what was it? Like what do you call it? A crowd fund is where you get like a group of investors together to buy potentially a good real estate investment. So and like it did really well. It was in Colorado, and the appraisal on it was extremely well. Like in real estate, like I spent a lot of time in real estate, especially when I was in high school, and that was a while back. I think that was like nearly 6 years ago. Now is when I really started getting into real estate. And basically, like you just get a good value, you get a good appraisal on the real estate market. The only problem I have with the real estate market right now is a lot of people are losing their jobs. The economy's not good. A lot of people are about to start losing their unemployment. That's going to put a lot of houses on the market. That's going to drive up a lot of supply. And a lot of these real estate companies that own a lot of the real estate, these $100 million companies, they're all leveraged. They're all borrowing money. They might be in a tight spot. They might not be getting, a cash flow from their guys. Let me see. Colorado House is dope. Thank you, bro. Hopefully SEC doesn't go after Stellar. Yeah, I mean, it's just like like Ethereum, Cardano. Like Cardano, I think is at risk potentially because I heard a story about freaking what was his name, Charles Hawkins, the founder. He was talking about it, and he was saying he was like a little bit concerned, but like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, they're not worried about it. Um, yeah, essentially, I mean, I don't know how the markets would interpret that if they went after Stellar, because I mean, because XRP and Stellar are correlated, you've already like lost a lot of the, like not you, but like the market has already lost a lot of the appraisal already factored in. Like Stellar Lumens isn't doing it as well as it was before, because it's correlated to XRP. Like it was doing incredible in the mini. So that price has already been factored in sort of because they're correlated. So I don't know how the markets would react to that. That would be very interesting. Yeah, lots of houses and apartments will be on the market because of this pandemic. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. It's just gonna go into stronger hands. Like, people are gonna be forced out of their houses, leave their houses. They're not gonna be able to pay for them. Maybe there's gonna be more stimulus checks that, and like I'm not gonna get into politics at all. I'm just talking about the economy. And but 2008 was really sad. A lot of people, a lot of working Americans, they lost their houses, fell into stronger hands, and people made a lot of money on that. People lost a lot of money on that. It's just sad. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want real estate specific content, like I can make it. I'm just not focused on real estate right now. I'm focused on crypto. In the last 3 or 4 months, crypto's up like 300, 400%. You're never going to see an evaluation like that on a house. You're never going to see a house that's up like 400%. Like you don't buy $100,000 house and in like 3 months it's up 400%. I mean, you can leverage a position and make 400% ROI on real estate, but you can leverage a position in crypto and make 4,000%. So same thing, but if you know what you're doing, it's easier to move cash flow around in crypto. So knowing how to trade crypto is like optimal because you can get in and out quickly. Whereas in a housing market, you have to wait for buyers and sellers. Your orders for crypto can get filled immediately if you know how to trade. I mean, those are good keys. And if you want to know how to trade, if I go over technical analysis almost every single day on this channel, sometimes 6 hours, sometimes 4 hours a day. So we absolutely kill it on this channel. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'm just gonna head out. But yeah, Bitcoin's just consolidating right now, and we're looking towards on this channel. You know, we had the run with the large caps, we killed it. We're looking for mid caps right now, um, and right now nothing's a screaming deal to me. Any more questions? Um, all right, guys. Well, if you're new, welcome to the channel. Friggin' sub if you're at all interested. And we're gonna continue to kill it. Right now we have 100% accuracy. Uh, what determines Bitcoin's price? All right, so that's kind of a loaded question, but you know I've talked about it a lot in the past, and like it's like what Charles Hopkins said with ADA. Like a lot of it has to do with the branding. A lot of it has to do with the evaluation. A lot of it has to do with the fact of like the network, the belief system. So like, let me break down all those words because those might be confusing. So essentially, you have a bunch of people, you have a massive amount of people that believe very strongly in Bitcoin because of the current system. You know, there's a lot of inflation going on, and Bitcoin's a very anti inflationary asset. So it's not only the fact that it's not like a lot of people think that Bitcoin is a problem looking for a solution, and really it's the exact opposite. Or it's a solution looking for a problem, but it's the exact opposite. Our current financial system is the problem, and basically Bitcoin is poised to be the solution to that problem. And so that's one aspect of it, is that you have, you know, people that understand that and highly interpret it. A lot of people also invest in Bitcoin. You can look at the statistics of how many people open wallets, and a lot of wallets continue to be added to the network, and a lot of people are putting a lot of their money into it. And so you have this community. And who was it? Michael Saylor basically put it like this, and you know, Charles Hopkins talked about it in the past. I've talked about it in the past, but essentially, you have this like Coca-Cola. You know, it's a brand. People like the brand doesn't mean a lot if it doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people. But the fact that you can literally take away Coca-Cola and you can't take out of their mind that Coca-Cola factor. You know, when they see the brand or whatever. So that idea, that branding, the community, the economy of cryptocurrency, the fact that so many people are willing to put their money into it and make a community out of it, and it's anti-inflationary, like that in and of itself alone has value. And basically, a lot of the value of the network is basically the more people that are added to the network, the more high appraised value it has, because you have a bigger ecosystem or mini economy. Basically, this is like putting us back on the gold standard, essentially. Not entirely, but you know what I mean. So the other thing that's important that we look at is the charts. So um, the charts are huge. Like if you look at from when was it? Like basically from 2017, you have this giant double bottom appraisal value, and the neckline from it we already broke around 1600 or 16,000, and basically it's like a giant double bottom, and the measured move for that double bottom is like, I don't know what it was. It was really high. So the long-term charts are very bullish on it, just the patterns of the charts alone. Um, and then the other thing about the charts, or I guess the fundamentals, and it's kind of a mixture of the two, is what we call, what is the word? What is the word that we use? Fidelity wrote a 19-page financial paper. And if you look at, if you have any questions, like really about Fidelity's 19-page paper on why they think Bitcoin's, Fidelity is like the second largest investment firm on the planet, like next to BlackRock, and they wrote a 19-page paper about it. Basically, why they say that Bitcoin's gonna hit $1 million in the future. They're not saying this bull run, essentially, but oh, stock to flow. So stock to flow model is another really good reason for why Bitcoin has value. Basically, the cycles that have been, you know, documented, like the fact that at this point we've had so many Bitcoin cycles that it's no longer a coincidence. Um, there's a lot of different things, but yeah, I mean, I could just point you to Fidelity's 19-page report. You know, just type in Fidelity 19-page report on Bitcoin. and that does a really good job. Are you concerned about Tether being a scam that might be taken down by the feds? Uh, so yeah, so here's the thing. I don't know. The camera's being weird, but I don't really like. I understand all the FUD. I understand all the FUD in crypto. Like there's a lot of concern. Like there were just two recent power outages. There was one in Iran, and there was one and Bitcoin's like electrical, and basically they're saying like, what if they say Bitcoin's wasting too much power and everything? And I really don't like to perpetuate FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt on my channel, because I'm such a small channel, and a lot of these bigger channels, they don't talk about it at all. So like I'm very involved with the community, and I know all about like the Tether FUD, and like I'm 100%, but so like right now, like being completely transparent with you again, like on my channel, I just don't like to perpetuate it because I'm just not like big, like I'm not like an authority figure, but I do know about the case, and right now basically they just had to release court documents. So right now, like there's no like impending doom as of right now. The bearish scenario for the Tether FUD is essentially, as you probably know, that a lot of people put their money into Tether, and if Tether